Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to tackle a question that probably drives you crazy. Why does shopping so often feel like a totally broken experience? And more importantly, what can we actually do to fix it? Okay, let's just dive right in with a scenario you've definitely lived through. You spend, I don't know, hours browsing a store's website, you've meticulously added things to your cart, but then you walk into the actual physical store and it's like they have absolutely no idea who you are. It's like you're a complete stranger. Why is it so disconnected? Yeah, that feeling of being a ghost to the very brands you engage with, that's exactly what we're digging into today. And we're going to be looking at some fascinating research into the digital economy, specifically in India, to really understand why this frustrating disconnect keeps happening. I mean, think about it. We've got this incredible technology right at our fingertips, right? E-commerce, instant digital payments, we can literally buy almost anything from anywhere. And yet, for so many businesses, getting all those different shopping channels to just talk to each other, well, that's a huge, huge challenge. So, what's really at the root of this? What's the core issue here? Well, researchers have zeroed in on one key problem that tons of businesses are wrestling with in this digital age. And here it is, the bottom line. When a company's app, its website, and its physical store are all operating in their own little silos, it doesn't just create a jarring, annoying experience for you. For the business, it means lost sales. It means missed opportunities. It's bad for everyone. Now, this is where it gets really, really interesting. This quote here basically reveals a huge blind spot in how we were looking at this problem. Researchers realized that, some people were studying e-commerce, others were studying consumer habits, and another group was studying business strategy, but they were all doing it in isolation. Nobody was looking at the big picture, at how all three of these things tangle together and influence each other. Okay, so that brings us to the solution, right? A new way of thinking, a kind of blueprint for the future of how we all do business. It's an idea that's designed to fix that exact disconnected feeling we've been talking about. It's called omni-channel integration. I know, it's a bit of a mouthful, but the idea behind it is actually super simple. It just means that a brand's conversation with you is totally seamless. It flows from a text message to their website to you walking into their store. It's all one continuous, unified experience where they actually know who you are and what you care about. To really get a handle on how this works, the researchers built this model. And honestly, the best way to think about it is like a bridge. So on one side of the river, you've got all these big forces, things like how quickly people adopt new tech, government policies, and marketing. On the other side, you have what you want to achieve, consumers happily using all these new digital shopping methods. And what's the bridge that connects the two? The thing that makes it all work? You guessed it, omni-channel integration. And get this, to test their model, they didn't just stick to one method. They used a really smart two-pronged approach. They looked at the quantitative data, the hard numbers, from surveys, to figure out the what. But then they did interviews and policy analysis, the qualitative stuff, to understand the why, the human stories and motivations behind all those numbers. Okay, so we have this really powerful model for fixing our broken shopping world. But let's bring this down to earth. How does this actually apply in the real world, and why is it so incredibly important for a country like India? I mean, India is in the middle of this massive digital revolution. You've got huge government initiatives like Digital India, and digital payments through UPI are, well, they're everywhere. But, and this is a really big but, there's still a major gap in digital literacy, especially in rural and semi-urban areas. And that means a lot of people are getting left behind. And this right here, this shows you what's really at stake. Getting this omni-channel stuff right isn't just about making shopping more convenient for people in big cities. No way. It's about bridging that digital divide. It's about bringing millions of rural consumers and small business owners into the modern economy. So you see, this is the much bigger picture. This research makes a direct line from creating seamless retail technology to fostering real, sustainable, and inclusive economic growth. It's about building a digital economy that actually works for everyone, not just for a select few. All right, so let's bring it all home. What does all of this mean for the future? Well, this research doesn't just point out a problem and walk away. It actually provides a roadmap, a set of real, actionable recommendations for both businesses and policymakers to build a better, more connected future of trade. So, when you boil it all down, what are the big takeaways? Well, first, we get cold, hard proof of the link between technology and our behavior as consumers. Second, we get a tested, working model for driving economic growth. And finally, and maybe most importantly, It delivers practical, hands-on recommendations for businesses and clear, actionable insights for governments. It's the whole package. And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. As technology just keeps accelerating, the businesses that are going to win, they won't be the ones just selling you stuff. They'll be the ones building seamless, genuine relationships with you, wherever you happen to be. The real question isn't just whether businesses are ready for that future. It's whether we, as customers, are ready to demand it.